relax, be cool. Cause if you don't, you'll act like a fool, so be cool.
Hey guys, welcome to Get Busy Watching. Doing something a little different today. I was just scrolling through social media and discovered that we have our first images for the upcoming Resident Evil movie, Welcome to Raccoon City. So if it sounds like I'm stumbling over my words a lot or way too many pauses, it's because I'm usually not the best speaker. This is why I like to write out my reviews, so that way it keeps my mouth in check. But I'm doing this off script, and I want to get my opinion out there as fast as possible, so let's get into it. This is from an article on IGN written by, I know I'm going to butcher this name, Jim Vejvoda. Yeah, definitely butchered that. My bad, dude. But in any case, let's get into it. It says, the upcoming film, written and directed by Johannes Roberts from 47 Meters Down and The Strangers Pray at Night, the sequel, is based on the first two Resident Evil games. The movie chronicles how Raccoon City went from being a city of industry to a dying Midwestern town that's become ground zero for the T-virus outbreak. I'm sure the rest of the article is a lovely read and all, and I highly recommend everyone to actually read it for yourselves, because unlike you should be cultured and well-versed in reading, because I am an uncultured swine, so therefore I do not do that. Now, let's face it, we're just here to look at the pictures and judge and react and all that, so let's get into it. Our first image is this. We have our first look at, what are the actors? Yvonne Jogia, oh yeah, definitely butchered that. I am so sorry, dude. And Kaya Scodelario as Claire Redfield. I am not overly familiar with the actor who plays Leon Kennedy, but I am familiar with Kaya Scodelario. She was in the Maze Runner movies, and if you saw the movie Crawl with the killer alligators, or crocodiles, I should probably say. Or wait, no, they're more aquatic. Whatever. The point is, she was in that. She is a crazy talented actress. I really like Kaya a lot. And when I heard that she was playing Claire Redfield, honestly, I didn't think that was a bad choice. And looking at the image here, I am not the least bit disappointed. She's got the trademark red jacket that Claire is known for. And hey, look at that. They kind of got the hair right. I mean, for some reason it's not in a ponytail, but compared to other adaptations of Japanese properties being made, Cowboy Bebop. The point is that she looks the part, and I am very happy about that. Leon, looks a bit off. I feel like his hair is a little too dark, so I feel like Leon is a bit more of a light brown color, so I'm not sure why they went with that look. But anyway, the guy looks fine-ish. I mean, how good can you possibly look when you're just putting on a police uniform? But in any case, I am open to his interpretation of Leon. So, but hey, Kaya has got me feeling great about this so far. So we'll continue on. We also have this image that shows off, let me see, this is Albert Wesker, I think. Who are the actors again? I should probably read those at least. Albert Wesker is being played by Tom Hopper. Richard Aiken is played by Chad Rook. That's this guy over here. Jill Valentine is being played by Hannah John Kamen. I hope I pronounced that right. And Chris Redfield is being played by Robbie Amell. Now, I do want to say that it's kind of hard to tell how these actors look in their respective roles because, they're off to the side, so we don't get a very good look at how Albert Wesker looks. I don't see no shades on him, which is a bit of a bummer. I'll be a little bit rage. I'm a little filled with rage. I'm not gonna lie. I want those shades, man. Those are iconic. Okay, but in any case, I wanted to also bring attention to Robbie Amell as Chris Redfield. Honestly, I think he looks pretty good, pretty solid as a more youthful interpretation of Redfield compared to how we know him now as like more grizzled and even muscles that are probably significantly, not even probably, they just are significantly bigger than this. But hey, Robbie's got like a great build. He's a snack just like Chris should be. And you know what? I think he looks really good as Chris Redfield. I think this was a great pitch perfect casting choice. Same with Kaya Scodelario. My one complaint right now is Hannah John Kamen. Now, on the one hand, they did a race swap. Obviously, I think if I remember correctly, Jill Valentine is a mutt, like she's half white, half Japanese, or maybe even something else. Let me double check my facts there. Yeah, so I was right. Valentine is half French and half Japanese, so I'm a little off, but I knew she was half and half something. Now that's not to say that Hannah John Kamen doesn't have half white blood in her. I believe she's actually half Nigerian and half Norwegian, if I remember her IMDb page correctly. But the point is that she just doesn't look like Jill. Like the hair, as you can see, is just way too long. Jill's look in Resident Evil 1, she has much shorter hair. She's known to have much shorter hair, not to mention it's straight. Hannah's hair is definitely not straight. It's very curly, very wavy. Can't really tell. My computer's resolution is terrible, but... And also, because of the race swap, honestly, I would never... If you looked at this image and I didn't point out that she was playing Jill Valentine... Honestly, I would have had a big old question mark over my head, and I would have asked if this was Sheva Alomar. I can't say that I'm overly fond of race swaps like this, but you know what? Compared to other adaptations of Japanese properties right now, Cowboy Bebop, I would say that this is giving me a little bit of extra hope because for one thing, well, at least so far, Hannah John Kamens hasn't gone on social media to blast fans for how she looks. So by virtue of her not doing that, I would rather give my viewing time to this project rather than to Cowboy Bebop on Netflix. So, you know, but time will tell if that's even worth it either. So anyway, let's continue on. Let's scroll down. And this is what really tickled my fancy. Our first look at Lisa Trevor from the remake of Resident Evil 1. Was she in the original? Someone who actually played that game let me know. I never actually played it. But Lisa Trevor, I gotta say, looks friggin' sick in pretty much all the possible ways that you can mean it. I mean, the hair's coming out of the eyeball, man. Like, this mask looks creepy. And that's exactly how Lisa Trevor should look. I mean, they got her hands, you know, chained up in that thing. The hands look mangled themselves. I feel like this is not just made of cloth, but looks like they've actually put skin on there. Oh, yeah, look at the ridges on there. I mean, that could be wrinkles in the cloth itself, but I'm low-key hoping like some of this cloth is made from human skin. If I'm not mistaken, that is actually what Lisa Trevor did. Not like it wasn't just a mask. I could be totally wrong, but if this is just a taste, if we're gonna get a lot of BOWs in this upcoming movie, and I have hope right now because Lisa Trevor looks great. This looks awesome. This looks sick, and I am totally excited to see how she's done. My great fear, now that I'm thinking about it, though, is that she's only in a couple of scenes. I wonder if they're actually going to take a few cues from the more recent remakes, like Resident Evil 2 and 3, where she's going to be kind of like the nemesis of the story. Honestly, I'd be down for that. But, I don't know, I would also want to see a faithful interpretation of the Tyrant as well, because that was just completely butchered in Resident Evil Extinction. Like, he didn't even have... He had lips. Why would you make a Tyrant variant with lips? I mean, I know there's later variants that did. Mr. X had lips, but the lack of lips, the Tyrant, the Nemesis, those are some of the most popular Resident Evil monsters out there, and that... I do prefer the Tyrant to be the nemesis of the movie, but if Lisa Trevor's going to take that role, I am not going to complain one bit. Obviously, all of this is just, these are just pictures. Everything should be taken with a grain of salt. For all we know, they're just showing us images that we want to see to build that hype and just completely lie to us later on. I mean, if video games can do it, why can't movies, right? But in any case, I'm really happy with the images that I see for the most part. Like I said, I feel like Leon and certainly Hannah John Kamen as Jill Valentine are a little off to me, especially a Sans Sunglasses Albert Wesker. Like, I feel like I want to sue somebody. I'm not going to. I don't have the money for that, but you know, there's certainly aspects to complain about, at least as far as a purist is concerned, but I mean, it's also kind of true. But anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to show off today. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Let me know what you thought of the images. And please read the article because I am a dick and I don't feel like reading right now. I'm still working on my reviews. But anyway, yeah, have a great one. See you next time.